Hello and welcome to the John Williams Geek Cantina, where we examine brief moments from Williams' huge repertoire and ask what exactly is going on in the score. Today's brief moment comes from the Raiders of the Lost Ark soundtrack, and it sounds like this. Indiana Jones, brilliantly portrayed by Harrison Ford, discovers a spider on his back. You don't want to know what the other guy finds on his. Anyway, John Williams chooses to represent spiders using two different string pizzicato techniques. Let's take a look at the two elements that are at play here. First of all, we have the shock at seeing the spider and the musical representation of the spider itself. Spoiler alert, there are a lot more spiders in this scene than just that one. Two sections of the orchestra are responsible for the attack. There's the piano playing a low cluster chord, and the cello section playing a discord using a technique known as snap pizzicato. A technique where the string is pulled up and allowed to snap against the neck, creating a percussive effect. You'll notice that the cello section is divided into three, which means each player can play two notes. Notice that the notes in this lower cluster all fall below G, which means they will all be played on the C string, the lowest and fattest string on the cello. Handy if you want a good strong snap. Notice the distance between the top notes and the lower cluster. If each player plays two notes, they would likely be on the C string and the D string, two strings that are far enough apart to strike two different areas of the neck. How this chord is divided amongst the cellos is probably decided by the section leader, or by John Williams himself. So, put the piano and the cellos together and you get this. Which is probably how I'd feel seeing a spider like that. Now we look at the violins and the violas. Each section, violin 1, violin 2, and violas, is divided into two, doubling the number of different written lines. The written lines are not intended to be played in strict time and are repeated on a loop for the duration of 2 measures. Given that a standard-sized symphony orchestra would have 18 first violins, 16 second, and 12 violas, that's 46 different players. We would presume that not all the players would play at the same speed, and after a couple of beats, you would have 46 different lines of music. Now, it is conceivable that John Williams could have just written a graphic score indicating random notes, which he has done occasionally in other scores. But here, he seems very specific about which notes should be played. So why was he so specific? Well, if you look at each row of notes, you'll see that each line contains no repeated notes and no hint at any kind of diatonic harmony. So it would seem that John Williams not only wanted to indicate the spread of notes, but also ensure that no discernible harmony emerged from the 46 different interpretations. And I think he succeeded. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a bullwhip to that like button, and if you're a John Williams geek like me, go ahead and subscribe so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching, see you next time.